I'm Des and this is Movies According to Des. I'm going to talk to you today about the movie Prime, starring Uma Thurman, Meryl Streep, and love of my life, Bryan Greenberg. So, this movie Prime, I saw it a few years ago when it first came out in 2005, and I've seen it a few times in between then and now, and I saw it again last week. Anytime I have the opportunity to see this movie, I do, because I really like it a lot. It's a romantic comedy, there's drama, it has like a little bit of everything mixed in there. So basically, Uma Thurman plays Ralphie, and she's seeing her therapist, played by Meryl Streep, whose name I believe is Lisa. So she's talking to her therapist about how she just got divorced, and now she realizes now that she's divorced, she really wants to have a baby, and she's in her, I think, 40s and or late 30s, something like that. And so she randomly meets David, played by Bryan Greenberg, which, side note, I always knew I loved the guy in Prime, but I never knew who he was. I was just like so in love with him, and I saw the movie The Good Guy with Alexis Bledel and this guy Bryan Greenberg, and I was like so in love with him. And I saw this like a few months ago. I reviewed it recently, so check that out. It's a really great movie. You should see it. So I was like so in love with Bryan Greenberg, and then when I just saw Prime again the other day, I was like, oh my god, that's him. So I guess I didn't know it was him in both movies. So it has to be true love. I mean, that's the only explanation. So anyway, from that side note, I will say, like, this movie was great with their chemistry. Their chemistry was like electrifying. You felt it. Like, everything, they had such great eye contact. Like, from the moment they met, they had this intense eye contact, and like you could see that they just had this connection, this strong connection, even from first sight. Like, I don't know if there's ever such a thing as like love at first sight. You just see it with them, because from the first time they meet, just their eye contact, it was intense, and I loved that they really pulled that off. So throughout the movie, the looks they give each other are very telling. So this was advertised as more of a comedy because David actually is Meryl Streep's son. So Ralphie is telling her therapist all of these intimate details about her sex life with this new young guy. He's in his early 20s. He's 23, and she's in her like late 30s, early 40s, something like that. So Meryl Streep, as the therapist, is like, oh, this is great, this is really good for you, pursue this, you need to have some fun. And Ralphie's like, no, he's so young, like, I like him so much, he's so sweet, he like treats me so well, and we have so much fun together, but he's so young, I can't get past it. And the therapist is like, no, like, go for it, be loose, be free, you want to have a baby, have fun for now, like, your life's gonna get serious, blah, blah, blah. So this is before Meryl Streep, Lisa, finds out that it's her son. So it's funny because you see her talking to Ralphie and like, oh yes, pursue this younger man. And then her son is like, oh, I met an older woman, and she's like, oh, David, how could you do this? So it's funny to see how you interact with different people. So she's telling her client a totally different thing than she's telling her son. So it's funny. So they advertised it more as a comedy, because it gets really funny when Meryl Streep's character Lisa finds out that her son David is actually the one dating Ralphie. So you see her, her sessions with Ralphie, and she's talking all about sex, and Meryl Streep is clearly disturbed and upset, and so that's the funny aspect of it. So they advertise more that. It's more about, Ralphie and David's relationship and how they really like each other, but there definitely are gaps, like a big age gap with them. They show it very well, how everything's so great at first, and then when things become more serious, their differences really get in the way. And, it's great dating someone of a different age, but there are just life things in the way. Like, when you're at a certain point in your life, you want certain things. Like, she wants a baby, and he's 23. He doesn't want a baby. He's like out having fun and like going to clubs and being a freelance artist and things like that. And she's more of like this serious, like, driven woman that is serious about her life. And I mean, you just see how sometimes love isn't enough, and they really love each other. Like, you feel it, they really love each other, but just the things they want in their life are just too big of differences that you don't know how this relationship's going to work out. So it was really great. It was sweet, and it was really funny, and there were like, some epic lines in the movie that I'll remember forever. So I think definitely see it. It's a really great movie about relationships, especially if you're dating someone of a different age, and the different issues that can arise from that. So check it out because I've seen it multiple times. I love it. Yeah, so like always, add my Facebook group. It'll be in the description below. And check out my written reviews. So that is all. Let me know if you've seen this and what you think.